Hello folks, we are back. Today is February 20th. Right now it is 5 o'clock. And yesterday we mentioned this beautiful Palantir dip into the 100s. Then it'll bounce into the top of the gap and it'll freaking bounce right off. Kind of like I called it, if you opened put spreads at 100, you would have been up, I don't know, somewhere around 20-30% by now. It did trace into the $96 zone. That was the absolute low. I did not see that, but it was like, I don't know, like a 2-3 minute move, and it bounced right off of that into the 100s. I'm guessing it's gonna continue swooping up into the 110s, maybe the 115s by the end of the week, which is tomorrow, because tomorrow's Friday. So for options plays, I recommend maybe going into March, first, second week of March. You want to give it some breathing room to make the complete move. You don't want to do tomorrow because data is going to eat you alive. So you want to give yourself some breathing room, maybe go for the first or second week of March, and this stock is probably rebounding right back up to $120. It was all FUD, knew it all along. If you follow this channel, you would have made a quick whatever money you put in, doubler maybe. All right. Now let's move on to my other stocks. I went in pretty heavy with some leaps. It was around $100 strike for January 2026 leaps. Sorry for the burp. January 2026 leaps. I also have some May calls, and I have around 4 March something calls. Early March, so 2 weeks from now I have calls expiring there. I'm expecting a move up into the 110s, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. Then if we get lucky, I might actually just push all the way back to 124 or the 120 area. I'm looking at selling some at around the 110s, maybe the 115s, and slowly scale my way out of this position. But I am holding on to my 2 leaps that I have around the 100 strike. I'm planning on doing some poor man's cover calls to reduce that. Maybe wait it out to the next earnings before I sell those. Probably gonna hold on to it for a tiny bit longer because I am a huge fan of this company and I love what the CEO is doing. Even though he's selling a tiny little bit of his shares, I don't mind. Yeah, way overblown. The FUD is real. Keep buying more if you have the money. Next up, my hidden pocket pick stock of sorts, kind of like my secret pick of the year. Warren Buffett bought this a few days back, but it is STZ, Constellation Brands. As you can see, this is the daily chart. Recently, we took it behind a woodshed and kind of pop a few rounds into his head, kind of like of Mice and Men. What happened to Lenny towards the end there? Very dark stuff. This stock is very bloodied. It got the pulp you out of it. It is trading at levels not seen since here, which is October of 2020. All right, so there is some baggage with this stock, some bad news, so to speak. There is the Trump tariffs, which impacts its 2 most important beer brands, which is Corona and Modelo. That is being imported from Mexico, and we did implement a 25% tariff on it. But I really don't think that's gonna have a huge impact because, one, tariffs, you just pass it on to the people who drink beer or pass it on to the local distributors or whatever. I don't think this company is gonna take the full brunt of the tariff talks. Number 2, inelastic good. Sorry, kind of like cigarettes and milk and gasoline. No matter what the price is, you're still gonna be buying beer at the end of the day. And it has one of the strongest brand loyalties of all other products. Once you're a Modelo man or a Corona man, more likely than not, you'll be buying freaking Modelo and Corona. Even if it is 25-30% more expensive, you probably won't even realize it. So with that being said, has the shit kicked out of it. It's getting beaten down here. All right, so the lowest price target on Wall Street is 190. I did the math. Right now it's 172. 190 would be 11% up from here at around 190. That's the lowest estimate. The medium range estimate is around 220. If you want to do the math real quick, So it'll take roughly 27.9% to get from 172 to 220. You can easily put like a 170 leap option on that, and you probably get, I don't know, double, triple the returns by the end of the year. Easy money right here. Deep value play. Warren Buffett approved. You should definitely buy STZ, especially at these prices. Everyone's kind of sleeping on it. Like it's like a little sleeping giant type of move. Is Microsoft. Look at how this thing trades. Kind of like Nvidia. It's been moving sideways for a while. I'm not really like expecting it to break out like, oh, it's at like $700, $800, but this is tariff proof. It is low-key Trump proof, because he's not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna go in tariff Excel or something, and it doesn't really have any imported goods from China or other countries. It's just software and data storage and clouds and whatnot. This is the type of company that Trump wants to support, not like attack in any way. So it's kind of in a range. It's like slithering around like a freaking snake right here. Kind of like Nvidia. It's moving sideways. Not really doing much. Let me put on a little line so you guys can see. Where did it go? Horizontal line. It's sitting right there right now. So yeah. As soon as it approaches the lower end of the Keltner channels, or the Bollinger Bands, whatever you call it, it tends to bounce up, or it wiggles around and bounce up. So this is like a really good entry point right here. I'm expecting a move to around 440, kind of like up here somewhere, 450, 440, 450 before it gets rejected and starts moving down again. I have some leaps on it, easy, kind of like a base hit type of play. Not like a grand slam, but a lot of base hits. You get 4 or 5 base hits. That's like a home run right there. Base hit 20, 40, 50, 60% play. I have leaps and some May options on it right now, just straight up calls. Not really scared of data decay on this thing because it's so far out. But yeah, it's like ding ding bing ding. It's kind of predictable, and it's down here. It's gathering up steam again. The RSI looks good. The momentum looks good from this double bot reversal right here. I think I'm going to see 440 mid-March maybe a little bit earlier. Depends on how things go. Alright, another kind of sleeping giant move is Google. Look at this baby. It's up, down. It's going a little bit sideways. Fundamentals are solid. I think everyone knows that. Let me just draw a quick trend line for you guys. It's kind of just following along this trend line. Once again, it's just sitting on the trend line, and it tends to bounce off the trend line. As it happened like one. I don't think this is uptrend sitting on a trend line. It's gonna bounce off. All right, look, it's consolidating. It's getting ready for that swoop. All right, I have some leaps on this. I have, I believe, 2 or 3 leaps on this. Probably 2 leaps. At the money leaps, so nothing too fancy. Just wait. It's gonna probably pop up to like 200, maybe make new all-time highs from here. But beautiful setup. I like the fundamentals. I like the thing. Everyone's scared. Oh yeah, Google search is gonna be dominated by ChatGPT. I just use ChatGPT, but it's not really going anywhere. We still got YouTube, which you're watching this on right now. We still got YouTube. We still got all of Google's other businesses. The ad business is still strong. Grew like 30-40% year over year from its last earnings. It has its own AI too. I mean, if you want a little bit of AI software play, then yeah, Google is definitely a solid play from here. Yeah, it even has dividends. Look at this. Its last earnings. This thing's a freaking monster. I think everyone's just tired of these Mag 7 plays, but they're still good plays. They're not like the home run plays, but
with a ratio of negative 43.152. In total, insiders purchased 10,250,207 shares and sold 26,746,608